Chancellor Palpatine was a mastermind. Years in advance, he created the clone army for the sole purpose of destroying the Jedi Order, and no one figured it out until it was way too late. When the moment was right, he executed Order 66 and plunged the galaxy into a whole new era. For the surviving Jedi, it was terrible, and for regular people, it was just as bad. However, it's easy to overlook the clone troopers who were co-opted as murderous, backstabbing soldiers. Like the Clone Wars series, the Bad Batch is giving these clones the attention they deserve. All they wanted to do was to be good soldiers, but they were totally tricked. For some, it was an insult to their very being, and the trauma that they experienced after Order 66 was palpable. Some were even hunted down and imprisoned by the Empire. Those plots were shown with Clone Force 99 and Captain Rex. However, Season 2 also showed that Commander Cody had significant problems with the Empire. It was a major departure from his Legends fate, and fans loved the change. So let's take a look at Cody's story in Legends and Canon and see whether he might make an appearance in Season 3 of The Bad Batch. Designated CC-2224, Commander Cody was created on Kamino as a clone of Jango Fett. In fact, he was a 91% match to the Fett template. Because of that, Cody developed an independent streak, and the Kaminoans were quick to recognize it. That led to him receiving specialized training and a command post. Cody was paired with Jedi General Obi-Wan Kenobi, who quickly recognized Cody's potential. So Cody received a promotion, advanced training as an ARC Trooper, and the title of Clone Marshal Commander. He was also put in charge of the 7th Sky Corps, which included the soon-to-be renowned 212th Attack Battalion. That meant that he was second in command of his army, outranked by only Obi-Wan. Cody worked well under Obi-Wan's command, and he participated in a litany of important confrontations. The battles of Christophsis, Teth, Ryloth, Felucia, Geonosis, Tipoca City, and Umbara were just some of the conflicts that Commander Cody had a hand in winning. Like most Jedi, Obi-Wan trusted Cody with his life, but eventually that backfired. While they were waging the Battle of Utapau, Palpatine executed Order 66. Because of Cody's high rank, Palpatine communicated directly with him and issued the order that Obi-Wan was to be killed. In that moment, there was no conscious thought for Cody. His secret, hardwired programming overrode his long service with Obi-Wan, and he ordered his troopers to shoot the Jedi down. Thanks to his instincts, Jedi training, and some dumb luck, Obi-Wan survived the incident and went into exile. But for Cody, Order 66 was only the beginning of his Imperial career. Soon after Palpatine founded the Empire, he reorganized the Grand Army of the Republic into the Stormtrooper Corps. At first, there wasn't a huge difference. The clones who survived the Clone Wars became the first generation of Imperial Stormtroopers. However, that eventually started to change. Because of clones' rapid aging, the Empire began recruiting birthborn humans to replace them. The clones were marginalized and pushed aside in favor of the new recruits. Some clones, like Commander Cody, were tasked with training these new recruits, and he was very vocal about their ineffectiveness. By 1 BBY, Cody was still faithfully serving the Empire. He was in charge of an Imperial battalion that provided security to Tamira City on Kamino, but he hated his station. Compared to his clone trooper brothers, the birthborn stormtroopers were totally incompetent, and he made a habit of telling them so. Likewise, the stormtroopers didn't like Cody's old-fashioned, rough-and-tumble leadership style. All of that led to a very low morale in his company. But none of that mattered after a rogue clone of Starkiller escaped from Kamino. Soon after his escape, Vader's secret apprentice returned with the rebel fleet in tow. The assault wiped out all of Cody's battalion and left his fate somewhat ambiguous. However, Cody's fate wasn't a total secret, and the in-story rumors were appalling. Apparently, he was taken and cybernetically enhanced, becoming a Phase Zero Dark Trooper. The program took aging Clone Wars veterans and replaced up to 70% of their bodies with the same type of cybernetics that Palpatine used on Vader. While effective in combat, many of the troopers couldn't cope with being more machine than human, and some even attempted suicide. And for years, that was it for Cody's story. He had an undefined and unimportant ending. Luckily, the Bad Batch changed that. In the Season 2 episode, The Solitary Clone, Cody made his first canon appearance after Order 66. He was still a soldier for the Empire, and he was serving with vigor. In the episode, he teamed up with Crosshair to rescue the newly appointed Governor Groton on the planet Desix. Former Governor Tawny Ames wanted Desix to be recognized as an independent system, so she had the new Imperial Governor taken captive and planned to use him as a living bargaining chip. When Cody and Crosshair's team arrived, they flew into a trap and had to fight their way into Ames's castle. After a lot of blasting droids, Cody and Crosshair cornered Ames at the top of the castle. She had Groton at blaster point and negotiations were failing until Commander Cody lowered his blaster. He took off his helmet and promised to negotiate peacefully. Ames agreed to Cody's terms, but as soon as Groton was freed, he ordered the clones to kill Ames. Cody was taken aback, but Crosshair complied. Then Ames's body was displayed as a warning to any other Imperial naysayers. The incident haunted Cody. He wanted to believe that the Empire would be the means for peace and security in the galaxy, but that wasn't the case. The incident with Groton showed him how the Empire would work. There would be no peace without oppression and fear, and Cody couldn't live with that. So by the end of the episode, the clone went AWOL from the Empire. Just like in Legends, his fate was left up to question, because he didn't appear again in Season 2. But at least fans knew that he turned on the Empire before he disappeared. There are two possible reasons for Cody being AWOL. The first one is that it's all a cover story. Even though it would be depressing, it's very possible that he didn't choose to leave the Empire. After he refused to obey Groton's order on Desix, the governor could have reported him, which might have led to a quiet execution. But it's even more likely that the Empire would have turned Cody into some early version of a Dark Trooper. That plot would be an easy way to officially canonize his Legends fate. It would also be a perfect way to connect the Bad Batch to Moff Gideon's Dark Troopers in The Mandalorian. However, a Dark Trooper Cody would be a bit disappointing. What most fans want to see is Cody finding a way to fight the Empire. He never got to do it in Legends, so it would be a great redemption for him. For that matter, Season 2 gave hints that Captain Rex had started a movement that could help lead into the early rebellion. Seeing Cody play an integral role is something many fans want for his character. Rex and Cody worked together often in the Clone Wars, so having them reunite after Order 66 would be a welcome change to Cody's Legends fate. Unfortunately, there's a problem. Cody and Rex aren't the main characters in the Bad Batch. They are important, but they're side characters in this show, and there's a lot already happening in Season 3. Asajj Ventress is set to make a shocking return. There are rumors that Tech could still be alive, and Clone Force 99 still has to rescue Omega from Dr. Hemlock. Not to mention, we don't really know what's happening on Mount Tantus. That simply doesn't leave a lot of screen time for Cody's fate or seeing everything that Rex is up to. So the best thing that fans can hope for is probably a single episode to show what happened to Cody and what, if any, future he has in Star Wars. But even if Cody does team up with Rex, it might not end well. When Rex showed up in Star Wars Rebels, he was with Gregor and Wolf. Cody was nowhere to be seen, so he was either taken or killed by the Empire, or he died fighting against it. But what do you think? Will Cody show up in the Bad Batch Season 3? If so, will he be a Dark Trooper, or will he fight the Empire alongside Captain Rex? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and for more Star Wars content, check out one of the videos on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.